Angie from the Active Sisters, and today I thought I'd do an introduction video on TRX. TRX will be one of our main exercises that we'll be using through Goal Getter, so it's really important to have an understanding. They are also our favourite exercise to do. So TRX stands for Total Resistance Exercise. Now, it's a type of suspension training. Think of it as resistance training using your own body weight. So it's very similar to resistance bands, kettlebells, weights. It's a type of strength training. It's a tool that you'll use for strength training, but you're using your body weight and the straps together. They're my favourite pieces of equipment to use when it comes to strength because they're using your full body. So basically, when you're using your arms, you're working through your core, and when you're using your legs, you're also working through your core and your arms. So you're always going to be getting a full body workout. One of the main things with TRX is that you are really working through the abdominals. So what they say is, say that you do an arm workout, you'll actually sometimes feel it more in your core because you are really engaging through that core. So I'll give you an example. One of the simple exercises is a seated row. So basically, you want to bring your whole bottom with you, engaging, think of it as like a reverse plank, and then you're rowing up. Now, the reason that your core is involved and you're able to get that full arm workout is because you're bringing your body with you. If I was just doing the arms, I wouldn't be getting my core involved. So I'm going to demonstrate some of the exercise and you'll have a bit more of an understanding through that. But one of the good things is that they do always work the full body. Another great thing about the TRX is that you can adjust your feet. So by adjusting your feet closer towards the anchor, you're going to make the workout harder, which means that you're going to be using more resistance. But if you walk further away, then you're not going to be putting as much resistance into it. So it's really good for people that are starting out or people who are a bit more elite in their workouts. So you can really get that range between working at a higher intensity and also at a lower intensity. So now I'm actually going to go through TRX. So basically this is called an anchor point, and this is where your face will be facing when you're doing a lot of, basically these are called handles. So when I say the handles, now when you first start using TRX, your hands might get a bit sore, and that's just because you're not used to holding onto that grip. You actually don't want to have really heavy grip when you're holding it. You want to actually just keep them nice and soft. These are called socks. I like to call them socks. So they're the TRX socks. And usually the socks are used for core exercises. Now, as you can see here, this is where you can adjust your straps. So you're just pushing through the buckle and then coming back down. Now at the moment, this is called a mid-range. So mid-range, as you can see, is just coming just to around my knee, so around that for the handles. And depending on where you're at with your body, you can always change it, but about 85% of the workouts we use mid-range. You can make them higher, so you can bring them right up. And these exercises are usually used for like your chin-ups, your pull-ups and things like that that you would do on the TRX straps. Or you can go really low, so you're bringing them down as low as you can. And when they're low, that's usually when your feet are going to be in the handle, in the socks, and that's when you'll be doing some core workouts. So core, you can also do push-ups and things like that as well on that. Also hamstring curls. So when they're low, that's usually when you're working through. Now I'm just going to go through some of the basic terminology that you'll use TRX. There are so many different exercises to do, but just start with the basics because once you understand the basics, it makes more sense when you start going through the advanced. So for example, you'll have squats. So with your squats, you're just going to be coming here and then just coming down and then pulling yourself. Now if that feels too easy, again, you walk closer towards the anchor, but you couldn't do a squat like that. That would be more of a pull-up. So think of that, so squat. We've got lunges, so
body holding it. You want to release, looking up at the ankle point. So getting those arms nice and straight and hold back. Alright, so then you've got things called seated row. So seated row is just like a row basically. So you want to bring your feet together, squeezing through the butt cheeks, coming down, and you want to pull. So basically I'm bringing my hands to the side of my chest. Now this can change to coming into a press. So all I'm doing is I just change the position of my hands towards the anchor, and now I've basically turned it into like a reverse push-up movement, so like a chest press. Alright, so you've got bicep curls. Again, you just change the positioning. Hand knuckles are now going to face the anchor. You come down, you curl. So when you come into a bicep curl, basically your elbows are coming up towards your ears. So just curling through. And that's what's a bicep curl. With this one, the contraction actually comes when you're coming down. So you'll be working through your muscles. Okay, now we're going to go into basically a push-up. So a push-up, you want to sort of stay on your toes. So it's the angle that you're on that's going to basically make the resistance harder. So if I'm closer to the wall, which I am now, I'm going to get a bigger push-up movement. So that's going to be working a lot more through my chest. And if that is too much, then all I do is I take a step forward and I just do it. And that isn't going to be working as much, but I'm still going to get that resistance training in that movement. It's the same with the tricep extension. So a tricep extension, you bring your hands above your head, you walk back onto your toes, and basically you bring your bum with you. A lot of the time I see people do this in the tricep extension, which isn't right. They plant their heels and they push through. So basically, they're not really getting that movement in their back. You want to stay on your toes and you want to bring the core with you. So squeeze the butt and bring the legs and the bottom with you. So tummy, bum, and bending through the arms. So you're poking your head through. Again, if that's too hard, you just take a step forward and you just get that movement. So you can progress through that. So then this is called a pull-up. So basically it's like the TRX chin-up version. So first one that you would do is basically you bring your hands into your chest and you're bringing your bottom up. Again, get that plank position, squeezing through. So down and up. Then you want to face your knuckles towards the ankle. This is called a chest press pull-up. So coming up and down. So you want to squeeze through that back. Coming up, getting those handlebars. The third one is really the true TRX chin-up version. You can walk your feet in to make it a bit harder. And basically you're going to be seeing your own fingernails. So you're just changing the position of your hand and you're going to pull yourself up, but then come back down. So keeping those hands tucked in and down. Again, you can make this so much harder, just coming closer towards your ankle point. So that's that. You've got other things like pistol lunges. You might see these throughout tracks. Basically, that's just lifting up the leg and trying to get down as low as you can when you're doing that. We also do some balance ones. It's a bit more advanced, so they will be coming. But that's basically where you put your feet in there, and we'll be doing some lunge backs. And we also do lots of core exercises as well, which is another video to come. Again, one of my favourite things about TRX is that they're basically used from beginners to elite athletes, people who have injuries, rehab, all that sort of stuff, because they really do take the pressure off your joints and your whole body is helping you with exercises. I have girls that cannot do lunges on the ground because they've had knee reconstructions and things like that, but as soon as I get them on the straps, they're able to really work that balance and their upper body is helping. They can do that without having any of that pain on their knees. So that is another reason why I love it. They're really good for flexibility, they're good for joint mobility, they're good for strengthening, balance, one of the best things for TRX. Another really good thing is you can turn them into a cardio workout. So rather than just strength, if you wanted to,
you could basically do jump squats, things like that. We can even do mountain climbers in the TRX straps. So there's so much you can do. So I really look forward to showing you heaps more workouts that you can do. If you have any questions, make sure you contact us.